I remember what one of my clients said. They were divorcing, husband and wife. She said to me, in the presence of her then husband, she said, the worst way to miss someone is to be sitting right next to them, knowing things will never be the same again. Hi everybody, this is Life with Leonard and welcome to another episode. Now on this channel, if you are new here, I strive to motivate and inspire you to become the best version of yourself. And today's episode is most definitely no different. Now when you love someone and they don't love you back, it can feel like your world is ending. The pain that you are experiencing is very real. Science has even shown that rejection activates the same pain-sensing neurons in our brains than physical pain does. The broken relationship you are trying to put back together is just keeping you tired and keeping you broken. You should stop picking up the broken pieces that will cut and hurt you even more. Now it's easy to tell you to learn to get past the pain of a romantic rejection and move on with your life. But doing so, well, it's a different kettle of fish. Don't be fooled by what you see in the movies. Don't be fooled at all. It's always two people against all the odds, against all barriers and challenges, finding each other, living happily ever after. Those fairy tales still happens in real life too, but it's not always the case. For some, well, it's the complete opposite. You don't hear those stories about the woman who met her Prince Charming, her knight in shining armor. It was love at first sight, soon to find out that he is toxic and narcissistic and disrespectful with complete and utter disregard for her or her feelings and her dignity. You don't hear the stories about the guy who met the girl of his dreams only for her to turn out being the complete opposite. You don't hear those stories where the guy or the lady just woke up one morning and out of the blue telling their partner that they don't love them anymore. Your story might be unique, but the question remains, how do you stop loving someone who doesn't love you anymore? Let me just qualify why this is such an important issue to discuss, and I just had to make a video about it. And those of you who have been following me for a while on this platform now, you would know that amongst other things, I'm also a professional mediator. And I've dealt with quite a few of these types of cases. I remember what one of my clients said. They were divorcing, husband and wife. She said to me, in the presence of her then husband, she said, the worst way to miss someone is to be sitting right next to them, knowing things will never be the same again. And that hit hard. It stuck with me to this day. So yeah, I might not have personal experience on how to stop loving someone who doesn't love you, but I have a pretty good idea what you are going through right now. The devastation, the hurt, the pain. But today, I want to reach out to you, not just to tell you to stop fighting for someone who doesn't love you, but also to help you not just getting over that person, but also heal from it and move on. Now, before I get into this episode, I firstly want you to consider the following possible reasons why this is happening to you. It could be that they only want to be friends or friends with benefits. You know what I'm talking about. They don't see you. They see what they want to see, what you do for them. They've worked hard to win you, but it was all about the win, not about you. They don't know how to love you the way that you deserve to be loved. Or perhaps they are the type that want to be in love, but they don't want the hard things that go with commitment. Whatever reason sounds most fitting for the person that you love, it's clear that they're not going to start loving you suddenly. They're not going to do that. And you've got better uses for your time and energy than to wait around and hope they eventually see what they could have with you. And that's it. The first thing that you should do is just be honest with yourself. Admit to yourself what you feel, all of it. Don't pretend that you were never really all that attached to them. That is very important. I can just imagine what you are going through right now. It hurts that they don't feel the same, and you are allowed to acknowledge that. Otherwise, you are stuck in a place where you won't allow yourself to deal with the truth behind the pain. The best thing to do, and please listen out, is to make peace with the truth, no matter how unbearable it might be. And please understand, you loving this person doesn't make you weak or foolish or pathetic. You're human. You want to love and be loved. Remember, there's nothing in that to be ashamed of. Some of you might disagree with my second point, and that is break the ties that bind you. Let me simplify it by saying this to you. And let me look you in the eye. And I want you to come closer to your screen. The one who doesn't love you back doesn't have the right to contact you when it suits them or when they want something from you. Understood? Cut off all contact so that you can move on. If you must block their number or unfriend or unfollow them and block them on all social media, etc., make it impossible or very difficult for them to get a hold of you, and vice versa. What you need to do is reclaim that room in your life for yourself and for the people who do love you, and there are a lot of them who love and adore you. To them, you are a priority and not an option. And thirdly, give your wounds time to recuperate. Now, every wound or injury requires time to heal, and emotional wounds, very importantly, are no different. You giving yourself time to heal is one of the best ways to overcome emotional pain. You need to give yourself enough time to grieve, and your healing will happen over time. It's not a quick fix. You see, contrary to popular belief, you are allowed to be a mess right now. You have permission not to have it all together, and don't be ashamed. You don't have to have things figured out. So rest in that. Life, it's all of us. But it's important that you find grace in the midst of it all. And you know why? Because we serve a mighty God, full of grace and love and mercy, who will not leave you nor forsake you. And you don't have to hold on to your emotions. If you feel like crying or screaming, don't hold back. Take it from me. Just do it. I'm not saying you should cling to this behavior and make it your habit. I'm not saying that. All you have to do is let your pains and your frustrations and disappointment, let it out of your head once and for all. And with time, you will be fine. The next thing you should do, or should I say never do, is never blame yourself. Don't try to take it personal or by blaming yourself. Why shouldn't you do this? Well, it's not your fault. Honestly speaking, and let me explain, there's a whole lot of reasons why you were rejected or dumped by your ex. Whole lot of reasons. That could range from your crush's pre-dating history. Your crush might be in a serious relationship. Your ex no longer loves you, or your ex has fallen for someone else. So don't blame yourself over a failed relationship, as you might be doing right now. You need to be very careful. That is dangerous territory, and you don't want to go there, because it introduces your mind to crazy thoughts like, she rejected me because I'm not cool or handsome enough. He broke up with me because his new girlfriend is way hotter or sexier or more beautiful than I could ever be. That's simply delusional. And the worst part, the lack of confidence makes you unable to move on with your life. And ask another girl out or build better relationships with some other guy. Stop taking your failed relationship too personal or blaming yourself. It's not worth it. What you should do is fall in love with yourself and look after yourself. Try some physical exercises. It's good for your body, for your mind, for your soul. And lastly, just a word of advice. Take some time before jumping into another relationship. If you think that you will get over your heartbreak by jumping straight into another relationship, you are most definitely mistaken. You'll only be making that person a rebound to you, of course, and that's a very dangerous decision and just selfish in a sense. You see, what you are doing is you'll be delaying the process of getting over your ex, as you'll be pretending to be fine, but somehow you are not. Clearly you are not. And this will only end up in tears sooner rather than later. In essence, you'll be hindering yourself from finding a better relationship that you always have hoped for, because your rebound will give you a sense of security. Hence, you should stop that. Don't go there. It is not fair upon the other person or you. What you should do is give yourself time to heal and bring back the smile on your face before thinking of another relationship. Or simply put, until you've moved on and completely gotten over your failed relationship, do not attempt jumping into another one. Is that a deal? What I want you to do though is stay encouraged. Getting over someone you're in love with isn't easy, and any progress that you make towards getting over the other person should be celebrated, and I hope that you are doing so. I want to leave you today with this. You should also remember that just because this person didn't return your love doesn't mean that no one will. I'm sincerely hoping that you grasp and understand what I'm sharing with you today. I know that you might not be in a very good space right now, and a lot of people have spoken to you and trying to get through to you, but it's just me and you, and I sincerely hope that I was able to connect with you and maybe just open up and give you some perspective